Wait a minute. They saying that the mayor had to resign? What's going on?
That's all they
You talking about the mayor
But at
resigning?
this point, Brother Robert, all they can do is wait for the investigation, let the state prosecutor get involved, and now the FBI and the IRS, they all will go in and do what they need to do, and once they take appropriate actions, that'll happen. But the article that I just shared with you, the editorial of the Sun papers, is saying she's mindful of what the city council, she's mindful of the House of Delegates, she's mindful of the Greater Baltimore Committee, and she's also now mindful of what the FBI and the IRS are doing.
The governor asked the man to resign. Elijah Cummings
being advised is
what's
whether
happening?
she has more leverage of
I'm listening
stepping
to the Larry
down
Young Morning
legally or being the mayor legally. That is what's being discussed. All this other stuff about she's not coherent enough to make a decision, that's a bunch of crap. Come on, man.
Yeah, well, you know that, and I know it too, man. That's why I'm trying to find a little bit and find out, I had pneumonia before.
The
I
governor
know how you walk away from
told the man to
and
resign.
I don't think that should be the issue
Governor
about
Larry
personal
Hogan
well-being, because about
told
the
Mayor
negative
Gadget,
impact
period,
that's coming on up.
about
That's what I'm
resigning.
concerned about.
Well,
Very well, brother. Thank you much.
Once all of these trials and whatever we get down to, but she's not coming back. I said that a month ago. She's not coming back. The issue now is,
Be mindful,
where do we go?
folks.
How many more
Mayor
subpoenas?
Kensington House was raided
Who else
yesterday
gets subpoenaed?
by
And,
the
moving
IRS
forward,
and the
how do you move the
FBI,
city forward?
along with
756 on
two
1010.
houses,
There's a line
City
available
Hall,
for your Jones for thoughts and
and
opinions.
one of the
410
training
481
facilities
1010.
on Park Heights.
Gene?
Yeah, good morning, guys. So based on what you said, Coach, I have to surmise that Warren Brown, Dwight Pettit, and Billy Murphy, they don't know what they're doing?
What are you talking about?
You just said that her defense was a ridiculous defense, that her illness is not a good defense.
No, that's not what I said, G.
What did you say in reference to her illness?
I said that if you read the paper this morning, or if you're aware of the headline, her lawyer made a statement that she has not made a decision on her future in terms of mayor because she's not coherent enough or strong enough due to the pneumonia.
Okay, so you say she's a liar.
Crap.
You said you're a liar. She's a liar.
I'm saying that what the lawyer said, I don't buy that.
Okay, but you're saying she's a liar, right?
Do you buy what that lawyer says?
Yes, I do, because I would follow the advice of my lawyer. But I've been investigated by the IRS, and this is how it goes. If you do something like I didn't submit my employees' W-4 forms for the last quarter when I retired, correct? And I didn't know it, but my payroll company should have I feel they should have informed me to do so, but I didn't do it. I forgot it, so I called my accountant, right? And he said that had nothing to do with him. So they required me to submit that information, and I submitted it. It took almost a year and a half for them to agree that I had not done anything.
But Gene, your situation as a citizen in the IRS,
She's a citizen.
it's totally different.
She's a citizen.
We're looking at now. They didn't come to your house at 6 o'clock in the
They
morning.
could have.
The Larry Young Morning
They
Show.
didn't
What's
believe
going
me.
on?
They could have said,
Not
go
gonna
on,
come
and they could have come
for something like that.
Yes.
Come on, man.
They could have, if they thought that if I was stealing money and that I had violated a federal
Lord the Pulley, how you doing?
Yes, they could have.
Man,
Yolanda
It
Pulley.
said it right in the letter. It said it in the letter.
Yolanda Pulley.
You want to see the letter?
I don't want to see. No,
Because you don't want to deal with the truth or something.
No. All I'm saying is this: that compare what you just said. Most people have had some issues with the IRS. But those are small potatoes compared to.
So what we're gonna do is when people call in today, you say most people. When people call in today, but people when you call in, let him know that you have not been audited by the IRS.
I'm not saying being audited. Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know what you're saying. That's my point.
Yes, I do.
We don't know what you're saying. You're all over the board, man.
Okay, all right, well, okay, all right.
You're all over the board.
I mean, he's going to compare.
So within seconds, it'll be 8 o'clock here on 1010 WOLB. WOLB Baltimore and WERQ-FM.
Yeah, folks.
To move on, he's the reason that I made it, that I made it through the storms. Still on a bad day, I won't cry. Still on a bad day, I love God to the day I die. Still on a bad day, I won't lose my faith. Still on a bad day, he knocked my enemies out of my way, way out of my way. When I fall, he picks me up. His love is good enough. He's the reason that I'm here. With his light, I can see so clear. Now I'm walking through the valley. I have no fear because God is by my side. Oh, right here. Now no one in this world can hold me down. No matter what I face, I'm gonna stand my ground. Still on a bad day, I won't cry. Still on a bad day, I love God to the day I die. Still on a bad day, I won't lose my faith.
I won't lose my faith. Listen now, folks. What's happening, folks? What happening? I'm here, out in Towson, waiting till 9:30 so I can go back into the trial. You know, I'm getting a lot out of this trial. You know, of the the guy named Dante Harris was accused of the officer's death. Remember, a year ago, the officer was ran over. Yeah, and rest in peace. My condolences goes out to her and the family and everybody. Anybody deaf, our condolences goes out to them. You know, the FBI was on the stand yesterday in the courtroom about cellular phones, how they can get. They know what the cell phone, what strong the antenna that it beam off of the cell light. So our cell phone beams off the strongest tower. Say for instance, if it be a tower on this roof, right? Not necessarily our cell phone will beam off of that tower. If it's a strong one signal on the other side, our cell phone gonna go over to the strong one, not necessarily the close one. So the FBI was on a stand saying how it works, how he been in class, how he expert and all this, right? J. Wendell Gordon cross-examined him, asked him, did he go down there and test it out? He said no. But yet he telling the witness, the jury, how it works, but he never tested. It was like, I'm listening to all this in the courtroom, folks. I mean, just because people from the FBI that have expertise of things, and it could be wrong information. But if you don't have an attorney to question them, they can just say what they want to say, and then people believe what they say. But if they don't be challenged, they can just say what they say, and that's it. So J. Wendell Gordon, you know, he challenged the FBI, and he got the FBI to say, you're right. So if you don't challenge people, they're going to automatically be right. But if you challenge them, they're not going to lie on the witness stand, because if they lie, they go to jail. even the FBI. So it's interesting that I've been in this trial. Dante Harris accused of the death of the officer. I've been in this trial all this week, and folks, I am actually getting a whole lot out of listening, learning, listening how things can be turned around. But if you don't have nobody to challenge the people like J. Wendell Gordon and Warren Brown, I mean, come on, folks. You gotta have a strong defense in your corner. I'll be there today, 9:30, 401 Bosley Avenue, courtroom 16, 4th floor. So, I mean, it's getting heated up in there. And only the family, black family, support Dante Harris. And also me and another gentleman, Casey, what's his name? I forgot I don't want to butcher his name up. But it's only like 3 black African American along with the family member in the courtroom. And everybody else Caucasian folks. You know, the whole room full of the white folks. I mean, family members, police officers, FBI, this, that, and other. I mean, it's like, you know, and I believe one news reporter from, where you from? I forgot, 11. I think he's from 11. Can't remember his name. Of course, me. And 6 jurors, black jurors, 3 men, 3 women, and then the white folks, the Caucasian, 3 men, 3 women. So it's mixed up half and half. So it's a good jury selection, you know. And the facts is out there. And J. Wendell Gordon and Warren Brown is like, you know, no, this is not what happened. This is not this, that, and the 4. You know, I believe that there was no fingerprints in the house of Dante Harris. They tried to convict him with burglaries. And then, like, folks, okay, now when they got the fingerprints off the truck, the Jeep, right, they got one thumbprint off the outside door of Dante Harris. J. Wendell Gordon asked the people who was taking fingerprints, was any fingerprints on the gear shifter, the this, that, and other. They didn't even check for fingerprints on the when you put the car in drive and park. They didn't even check fingerprints on the steering wheel, you know, and the gear thing. So it's a lack of a job as far as fingerprints checked on a Jeep. Like if a car, they supposed to check fingerprints on steering wheel, they supposed to check fingerprints on the gear thing. Jay went to go and say, did you check fingerprints on the steering wheel, the shift gears and all that? They said no. Huh? Man, look, I don't have to say allegedly because I'm listening. That's the thing of the beauty of when I'm sitting in somewhere and I'm hearing things with my own eyes. I do not have to say allegedly. I don't have to say she said this, he said this. I can say I heard it. This is what's going on, folks. So I'll give y'all an update on what's happening, you know. All right, there you go, Manuel Ringo, Yolanda Pulley. I believe her son need a copy of this CD. Yolanda Pulley. I think somewhere it says, I love the song, thanks for that. Oh, did I give her one already? Let me see. Oh, she did brought one. Yolanda Pulley did brought one, Manuel Ringo. She said she loved the song. Thanks for Larry. Yeah, there you go. By the way, folks, Yolanda Pulley, she running for Baltimore City mayor. Thumbs goes up to her. There you go. She running for the Baltimore City mayor. Also, I was down in the mayor house yesterday thanks to Charles Manuringo, Christine Flowers, George Jackson, and a lot of people was calling me. Evil, the dispatch of Jimmy Cab Company, give him a shout out yesterday too. They called me. Yeah, the cab company, the Jimmy Cab Company dispatcher, he called me and told me about the mayor house being raided. So I like to give a shout out to everybody who was trying to get in contact with me and did got in contact with me yesterday. So I like to give them a shout out to that as well. All right. So once again, thank everybody so much for outstanding show. Let me switch it back to the Larry Young Morning Show because I think they talking about the mayor.
I think what we need to look at is how many other hands have been in the cookie jar and how come their hands aren't being slapped. In regards to her resigning,
You want to go look for your phone while you're
I think maybe she needs to resign for the betterment of the city. But also, Coach, is there a policy in place that would deal with situations like this? And then, Larry, you can answer that by saying what is Baltimore, Maryland doing in regards to trying to create a policy. Thank you, guys.
Well, Larry, you would notice, but I heard that they're trying to, but they won't go into effect, I guess, until maybe 2020. But they're trying to, and I don't know whether it's going to be by referendum or not, to put some vehicles in place that would force a situation or give the council the power to force resignation. I mean, it's not in place now.
What they saying? Forced resignation?
I want to.
Hello, Miss Cynthia.
Let me get some time. I am going to be one of those
Okay, yes, we do.
believe.
What are you talking about, Miss Cynthia? What happened? You like the music too, Miss Cynthia? You came all the way from Virginia. You make a safe trip back home. And I believe you got about 3 of them, and your partner,
look at that and not move
Karen,
so fast.
she got
There are advantages
1. So y'all got about 4 CDs.
to the
Isn't that
present
nice?
form of governing
Came
with
all
our
the way
mayor
from
system.
Virginia.
Over the decades.
I'm listening to the Larry Young Morning Show, folks. If
the
you
mayor of Baltimore
can't hear it on the radio, you can go to www.olbbaltimore.com. That's right. Listen to the Larry Young Morning Show.
Was mayor for 4 terms, and then became the governor, and then became the controller. When asked about his public service career, being a councilman, being the president of the city council, being the mayor, being the controller, being the governor, they said, Schaefer, what would you consider to be your most important job? And he said, being the mayor of Baltimore. And that is exactly so, because the mayor has the power. And the power comes from the fact that they have a board of estimates, which is the controller, the president, city council, both elected individually, standing in their own rights to the public. But when the mayor gets elected, she appoints 2 other members. This usually the city solicitor and the director of public works. When votes come in front of the board of estimates on whatever issue it might be, 3 votes are the mayor's. So it doesn't matter what the controller and the president city council want to do, unless they're in agreement with the mayor, or she's going to win. Now, the discussion has been, I've heard it, and I'm going to put it up for this soon, because those who want to say, mess with that system, I'm going to say to you, there is another side to it.
I'm listening to the Larry Young Morning Show, folks.
It's similar to what I'm thinking. We don't have to worry about changing it. What we need to do, when we got a good mayor who understands power, who uses it right.
A good mayor?
You want a mayor like that. If you have a good mayor, but it's hamstrung by a weakening of the system, then you have a situation where we're going to be making a mistake. So that's
Johnson, what's going on with
In other words, I think the system we have is a good one. We just have to put good people in the position. It's 8:15 here on 1010 WOLB.
Very young traffic.
8:15.
Good morning.
No matter what I face, I'm gonna stand my ground. Still on the bad day, I won't cry. Still on the bad day, I love God to the day I die. Still on the bad day, I won't lose my faith. I won't lose my faith. Still on the bad day, He knocked my enemies out of my way, way out of my way. My enemies are weak, God is strong. That's right. He is the reason that I move on. My enemies are weak, that's right. God is strong. Yeah. He is the reason that I move on. Tell me. Yeah. Take it out. Still on a bad day, I won't cry. Still on the bad day, I love God to the day I die. Take it out. Yeah. Take it out.
Yeah. So, back to the trial for Dante Harris, right? I've been there since Tuesday. Today is Friday. I will be back again. Now, if y'all don't know anything about Dante Harris' trial, remember a year ago back out in Prairie Hall, White Marsh, it was like 4 guys, 3 guys plus 1, 4 people, and they said they was like breaking in homes and houses, and then a call came across, and the lady, the officer, the woman officer, she came on the scene. It came up there somewhere and seen the Jeep and say, get out the Jeep, and shot the a shot was fired to the windshield. A bullet came to the windshield close to the van. Now, what I'm trying to understand, did she shoot on the side and the guy ducked and closed his eyes and drove, and did she jump in front of the car to try to stop it, but his eyes was closed and he was ducking, and he didn't know if he ran who over because it was a truck. So being that truck heavy Jeep, he probably didn't know if he ran him over or not, ran her over. But this gonna be all in the trial today about what happened. Was his eyes closed when he ducked, when the bullet came through the windshield? So this is gonna go down today, probably in the courtroom. So I'll give y'all more details of what's going to be said. But the reason why I know that a shot was fired and the officer was in the front, because I'm hearing it through the lawyers, through J. Wendell Gordon. Actually, I interviewed him, and that's what he told y'all. So I'm not putting out something that I didn't know anything about. All right? So there you go, folks. Hey, I don't do that. If it ain't so, I'm not saying nothing. So whatever I say, folks, it's been said by the attorney. I'm not going to say nothing where I can get in trouble. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you need a cab, call me right now, 443-839-8412. I have an hour on my time, in my hand, on my thing. I have 1 hour before I have to get into something Heavy indeed. Until next time, folks, let's turn it back to the Larry Young Morning Show. www.wolbbaltimore.com.
Black people said, we don't care what kind of evidence you say, what the government testified to. We don't care. We're going to find him. And if he had found him guilty with all the federal charges that they had on Marion Barry, distributing, going to different crack houses 13 times, and police testifying against him, his security. You know how much time he got? 6 months for a misdemeanor. And not only was 6 months for a misdemeanor, he was able to come back because he wasn't convicted of a felony. And he never stepped down. Never. And you can back it up, and you could go online and see the whole, they got the whole thing.
Everything you just...
Yeah, but what does this have to do with Catherine Pugh?
Coach, you know what he's saying. He's basically... Go ahead, Darren. Speak for yourself.
He's saying that
Let's go to a Baltimore case.
Barry didn't step down. Why should Kathy Cruz step down?
Walter Wally Olinsky, the feds caught him upright.
He's saying why should
he was president
Mayor
of
Kathy
the city
Cruz
council.
step down and Donald Trump didn't step down?
With one count of taking money from
Barry didn't step down.
Flush people. Now, when he went to trial, he hadn't stepped down.
Everybody, people don't step down, man.
Guilty, he went to the city council. He got a standing ovation from Mayor Schaefer.
Why should
and the city council,
Mayor Kathy Cruz step down? I want to hear from y'all. Why should she step down?
Except Kwasi and Fume. He didn't step down. And when he came back, he got a better job from Schaefer than he had as president of the city council. Now, man, guess where Marion Barry is buried in? The Congressional Cemetery. That all them people in the Congress, white people in Congress and the Senate, wanted Marion Barry to step down. So, if black people had any kind of sense, they would say, you stay there and go to trial, ask for a jury trial, and we're going to do what white people do. We're going to find you not guilty. We don't care what kind of evidence that they have. And as far as the FBI coming in, when Suda was killed, did the FBI come in?
No, wait a minute. No, wait. I gave you an extended time.
Okay.
You made your case. I think this stressed a little bit, though, partner.
Let me just say this.
Wrap it up.
Governor Agnew, when he was vice president.
So he was saying when
they said he stole money while he was
Sean
governor.
Suda was killed,
they charged
the FBI didn't come in.
Went to court.
Hold
and when
up.
He was found, whatever he was found,
The FBI didn't come in.
He made more money when he came out of there
Detective Sean Suda was killed
than he did when he was in the governor's office.
The key thing is certain folks under certain
I might have to
situations
talk about that on my show today.
With the kind of
I come on the air at 4 o'clock today, folks.
I got you.
On 10:10 a.m.
But again, it's apples. It's not even apples and oranges.
Wait a minute.
Coach,
the FBI didn't come in when Detective Sean Suda was murdered.
I mean, you let him go on, which is your prerogative.
His case was what it was. That you have a situation where you have certain folks who
the
should,
FBI
based on the popular opinion, should step
down. Here's the response to this. Here's the response since you let him go on, which is your prerogative. But
when he was getting ready to say that, he got cut off. Let's talk about Marion Barry.
He embarrassed himself. But guess what? If Marion Barry is responsible for you having a $100,000 job or $60,000 job at the time, living in a $200,000, $300,000 home, you're going to look at it like a lot of folks looked at Bill Clinton. Yeah, it was an embarrassment, but you know what? I'm working, my taxes are low, and Bill, I'm with you. And that's why
I'm getting a lot of static.
You know Marion's legacy.
So y'all might not be able to
I mean,
No, she doesn't have the legacy.
Pull it out
no way,
right there.
shape, or form.
Put that in
She
right
has
there.
Already, I even
Pretty
accept
sure
that.
you know how to do
But
things.
what he was using is an example of cases where people have been put in the position she's in and do not resign. That's all he was putting up there.
All right, well,
Let's go with Charles.
You saw it far differently.
Hey,
than
Charles, you live.
24. Charles.
Hey, how y'all doing today, man?
Come on.
I agree with my man, right? If I was the man, I would change my lawyer. I would not step down because it sounds like she's being tried in the media, and it's all a witch hunt. That's all it is, a witch hunt. And then it seems like it's coming from the governor and all the governor's friends, the rich people. This is a witch hunt, man, and everybody can see it. Everybody should see it. She should not step down, hold her ground, get a new lawyer, and start and fight back. They ain't got nothing on her. If they had something,
they ain't got nothing on her. Okay. They ain't got nothing on her.
All right, I'll tell you what, man. If they had something so big on them, why ain't make no movies of it what they did already? It's nothing.
Right.
They ain't charged it, ain't with nothing already.
If you believe they don't have nothing on her, you far more optimistic than her lawyer and the ex-mayor is.
Okay, well, I tell you what, man. If it was any other person, it's not any other person, but basically, they'd have been one of the charges and let the brigade straight forward.
Well, it don't work that way.
Well, I don't know how the feds work, basically, but I tell you, them federal judges, they like any other judges. If you got money or you have power coming from the governor, yeah, you get more.
It have nothing to do with the feds.
Yeah, okay.
The state investigation and the federal are two different entities, two different gauntlets that she's got to go through.
Well, Coach, you don't know who play golf with who. You don't know who's sitting in the country clubs with who.
Okay. All right. No.
All right. I got to go. Thanks, man.
I'm going to give you a call to find out so I'll know from you. Thanks, brother.
827 here.
I wasn't standing, folks.
Excuse me, sir. What do you mean by that?
Baltimore.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by it.
Yeah.
You know, since you're in interpretation business, interpret.
Okay, fine. Well, in that case, I ain't going to give it no time. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, sir.
That last caller, I think he nailed close to the wall when he didn't have a response. You don't know who played golf with who. Just because they're different entities doesn't mean that there's not a relationship that causes certain things. Let me be clear. I in no way condone what the mayor is alleged to have done. Let me be clear. I in no way condone it. As one of your previous callers have said, you've had far more clear cases of corruption where people didn't step down until they got their day in court. And isn't that what we tell everybody? Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Shouldn't you get your day in court? And what looks to be so bad on the outside in the press may not necessarily be as bad as it is once you get to court.
Mark, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you believe, since you're talking about don't step down day in court, do you believe with all of this happening, whether innocent or guilty, with all of this happening, that Captain Pugh can return to City Hall and be an effective mayor?
I'm not certain about it because once all the information is out, instead of all these innuendo, because nobody knows.
You're not
just
certain
like in the
about it. Okay.
No, we're not certain. We don't know, Coach.
Yes, we are. We are certain.
Okay, let me respond to your question. You asked me a question and you want to answer for me. Let me answer. Just as we were certain that Donald Trump colluded with Russia, now once it all comes out, it's not. It's not what we know in the media.
It's what situation.
It's not what
I'm saying, folks.
It's not what you could.
I'm talking about this situation.
Okay, can I finish?
Oh, yes, you can.
Okay. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And as the other caller said, who I often disagree with, There are numerous cases. Larry, correct me if I'm wrong. Most times what happens is there's somebody who will put a whole lot of money in campaign coffers and put the donation in their husband's name, their wife's name, their children's name, and their uncle's name. That's a payoff. Most times they'll pay you to go a trip to Hawaii to see how windmills work. That's a payoff. It happens on a regular basis, and it's not acceptable. Let me make it clear. And there is no way do I condone it. But let's not act as if... Coach, let me finish.
The IRS comes... This is Mayor Pugh, in my opinion, and A. Dwight Pettit or Warren Brown or some of those folks who are experts can call in. But
when they come, Coach...
Wait a minute, let me finish now. I'm trying to help you, which I know I can't.
You got 4 hours a day. I'd just like to get my point in. Okay.
Make your point. I thought you made it, but go ahead.
When the IRS comes and they don't charge you yet, they're conducting an investigation. So therefore, there is no basis or ground for us to conclude that she has already done something wrong. They are looking into it, and until they charge her, that's when we should come forward and say,
nobody has said she's done something wrong.
So why step down? Why step down because all of you say that she should?
Why step down? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Just like everybody else.
Why step down? That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Hotel rooms in your hotel.
Why step down? Fight it to the end.
Buy a lot of stuff
Fight it.
from your daughter's company and pay her off, and that's not illegal. Why do we consider this illegal?
Baltimore are you from?
All over Baltimore.
Okay, well, I want to stay away because I don't want to drink none of the water.
The same thing happened in D.C.
No, because
everybody did the exact same thing.
Brother Mark, let's resolve it on a Friday that you got your points at and he just disagrees with you. That's all it is. Appreciate you, man. It's 8:30 here on 1010 WOLD.
Yeah. So, look, man, don't step down. Fight it. You ain't do nothing. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Still on a bad day, I won't cry. Still on a bad day, I love God to the day I die. Still on a bad day, I won't lose my faith. I won't lose my faith. Still on a bad day, He knocked my enemies out of my way, way out of my way. Now I've been through some problems, it seemed hard to understand. So I pray, show action, and then I put it in God's hands. He never leaves me, He keeps me strong. He gives me power to move on. He's the reason that I made it through the storms. Still on a bad day, I won't cry. Still on a bad day, I love God to the day I die. Still on a bad day, I won't lose my faith. I won't lose my faith. Still on a bad day, He knocked my enemies out of my way. Way out of my way. Let me tell you something. When I fall, He picks me up. His love is good enough. He's the reason that I'm here. With His light, I can see so clear.
Check this out.
Now I'm walking through the valley. I have no fear because God is by my side. Oh, right here. Now no one in this world can hold me down. No matter what I face, I'm gonna stand my ground. Still on the bad
I'ma stand my ground.
I won't cry. Still on a bad day, I love God to the day I die.
Go ahead, man.
Still on a bad day, I won't lose my faith. I won't lose my faith. Still on a bad day, He knocked my enemies out of my
Talk
way.
to me, Baltimore City, man.
My enemies are weak, God is strong. That's right, He is the reason that I move on. My enemies
let's get back to the Larry Young Morning Show.
Right now it is 62 degrees under cloudy skies. I'm Tony Thornton on Baltimore's Larry Young Morning Show. Right here on 1010 WOLB.
Hi, this is ex-official Mayor Jack Young. Our city is facing a tremendous challenge. We know that it will take all of us to help end the opioid epidemic. Small steps can turn into big achievements. On Saturday, April the 27th, we each have an opportunity to make a difference for our city. Saturday is National Drug Take Back Day. It's a day to take your unused medicine to one of nearly a dozen designated drop-off sites across Baltimore.
How you doing, Councilman Leon Picnic? I saw you yesterday, man. You made a great... I didn't make it down there because I was at the courthouse, got out there late. But you made a great speech.
Just visit
Great speech.
That's RALIMD.
Yes, you did.
And if you or someone you know is facing addiction, call the state hotline at 211 and speak an option.
That's a great councilman, folks. Y'all know Mr. Leon, Councilman Leon? Yeah.
BeltParkHeights.com is committed to making
well, I wouldn't step down. I want you to fight it fight it. Come on, Mayor. Don't step down. Yeah. I don't know why people keep on saying resign, step down. For what?
Still on a bad day.
Huh? Check this out, folks.
Still on a bad day.
People did work. Donald Trump ain't stepped down.
Still on a bad day. I won't lose my faith.
They ain't impeached Donald Trump.
Still on a bad day.
Donald Trump ain't resigned. Oh, did I say something?
Now I've
been through some problems. Check this out.
Hard to understand. So I pray, show action. Then I put it in God's hands. He never leaves me, he keeps me strong. He give me power to move on. He's the reason that I made it, that I made it through the storms. Still on a bad day, I won't cry. Still on a bad day.
Well, you know who your friends are, Mayor. Check this out.
Amid the FBI raids in Baltimore, residents fret, leaders pledge to stay focused. Doc?
Good morning.
Who's this?
Good morning.
Doc
Thanks so much for taking my call. Let me first preface my statement with answering Coach's question because he may ask me the same question. I do not feel, in light of what all is happening and has happened, that the mayor at this time can be effective for the city of Baltimore and the citizens to be in office. So let me preface it with saying that. Let me hasten to say that I'm a strong supporter of a strong mayoral system, but I think the system that we have is so strong it needs some adjustment. And I'm happy to say, Senator, that between Richard Terry, who calls quite often, and I think y'all would have to agree, is very, very knowledgeable in this area. He, along with the Patrick Henderson show, has been discussing very extensively some of the adjustments that need to be made in Baltimore City. The first one is the reduction of the number of voting members on the Board of Estimates. That makes the mayor too strong to have 5 votes and 3 of those are hers. That makes the board too strong in the mayor's position. It needs to be similar to what we have on the state level. The 3 individuals, those are the voters. So that's the first area. The second one is we need to have the constitutional, or at least the charter ability to remove a mayor for cause. And I put emphasis on cause. You just don't remove a mayor because you don't like him or her. But the council must have charter provisions to enable them to remove a mayor for cause. We must also look very seriously at the major conflict of interest that the city solicitor's position has in advising both the police department and the civilian review board. You can't have one person representing 2 different sides. And I'll close with this. We need to seriously consider what one of the councilmen has requested, said that he's willing to do himself, and that is term limits for the council. We definitely need term limits for the council. We shouldn't have people in office 35 and 40 years because it's clear our voters are not quite intelligent enough to know that if you don't keep voting for someone because you like how they dress or what their last name is, you know, that's sad. So, go, Coach.
All right, look, I got you. Quick question. I have the... Go ahead. Quickly, go ahead, Coach.
No, I was going to ask the question, and I don't know yea or nay, but are you in favor of reduction of the number of council members? Because you got, what do you have, 15, and you have less than 600,000 citizens? When you look at the population now, yes, there needs to be a reduction, but I was one of those who served on a board that did not vote. I was not in support of single-member districts. Myself and the former president of the League of Women Voters, I think we were the two nay votes. Melvin Stoops may have been the other nay vote, but we weren't in favor of the single-member district. And yes, Coach, I think you are right. When you look at the population of the city and the reduction that we have, I think we have too many.
Very well. Say cool. 840.
Good morning.
Morning.
In answer to the question, should she resign? Yes. She's an embarrassment. The occurrence of illegality or unethical behavior is enough. Given all the people who are calling for her resignation, the governor, the city council, the House of Delegates, these are the people she's going to have to work with. How is she going to work with them moving forward if she does not step down?
I'm glad you have enough foresight and sense to see that, where some of the other callers talking about, well, you know, she hasn't been trying. It's about being effectiveness. It's about effectiveness, being effective.
We see a lot of people express opinion and emotionalism, what they feel, not what they think, because they don't do a lot of thinking. They don't gather enough facts to do any thinking. When the feds come, they're going to get you for something.
Let's go to James. James?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, a lot of those council people, man, they won with 2,000 votes.
Uppercut,
you got some 2,000 votes. And 600,000 people. They council members won with 2,000 votes. So we got to look at that. Now, I'm with you, Larry. I don't think they should take the power away from the mayor. Not from being the mayor. I think it should stay like it is. You just got people. This woman it's greed got a hold of her. She got caught up in greed. That's the only thing I can think of. Because we haven't even talked about the no bid contract that was awarded to people. We got away from. There's so much going on. We losing focus. Man, she did so much. She can't keep. They said she had a lot. She had something for the young people, some kind of organization for the young people. Man, she had a lot going on. Man, she was like she was in her own world. She had a lot going on. It's so much. It's so much. This woman had an enterprise going on in the city.
We're going to spend some time next week on reform of the mayor's office or not. And you and I might be in the minority. We're going to make our case. But I got a press on. I got a special guest coming on in about 3 minutes. Appreciate you, man. Thank you much.
Jack Young.
Tyrone.
5-3.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. You put it with Vlogs, right? Larry?
I'm sorry, what did you say, partner?
Put it with Vlogs, right? The first thing that Dorothy was told was not to take off those river slippers. Okay? Now, the mayorship, you try to break this down. The mayorship, all the river slippers, okay? The reason why she told her not to take those river slippers off is because that was her protection. Nobody could remove those ruby slippers but Dorothy. And the same thing goes for the mayor. Nobody can put her out of office but the mayor. Okay? So, and not even government. Okay. What I would recommend...
Upon conviction, he can.
Upon conviction, of course.
Yeah, okay, all right. Just business.
Yeah, now
yes,
I know people say that certain people didn't resign. That's correct. County Executive Leopold didn't resign. He was eventually sentenced to a year in jail.
That's true.
That's right. He's taken off. So, I mean, I don't see, she needs to get a day in court. And I agree with you, Larry, we shouldn't change the way, the power of the mayor, because
we may have somebody that gets there finally and do the right thing and start making black millionaires. So I think that's what the mayor should do when she gets back. She should start making black millionaires.
She's not coming back. She's not coming back as mayor. She is not coming back as mayor. Now the question is whether or not she's going to grab it.
I got one more call.
Coach knows something that we don't know.
She cannot be removed.
She's not coming back though.
Okay, let me get to Gator. Gator, good morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir.
In my opinion, she should stay there just like anybody else and fight for her right, right to come back when she wants. She can come back and do a lot of right things because I'm looking at the pictures. Whoever get in there, if they're going to do something miraculous to the city, right to change, to get black people's contracts. No other man got black people's contracts. They're going to get some of these boarded up houses straight. No other mayor got none of that. So whoever they put in there as a mayor isn't going to do anything for the black people because they would have been done it already. Just like, for instance, right now, some people say some talk show hosts should go on about their daggone business. But the talk show host say, I'm going to stay here forever. If you don't like it, change the channel. So why not understand this lady fight for whatever she needs? Some people ask me to understand for these pink people, just like in that Jingle Unchained movie. When Samuel L. Jackson said, Monster, I'm going to stay here and kiss it until you die. We need to stop that and let's do just like the pink people. Fight and fight and fight. Right. You don't see when those pink people get in trouble. The pink people come down on them like that. I mean, we as a race of people, time one of us get in the daggone clinches, we see a whole army. But for the support some of us, you don't see that army.
Everybody know Gator has his way of saying what he says.
Come on, y'all.
God to the day I die. Still on a bad day. I won't lose my faith. I won't lose my faith. Still on a bad day.
I won't lose my
enemies out of my way. Way out of my way. When I fall, he picks me up. His love is good enough. He's the reason that I'm here. With his light, I can see so clear. And now walking through the valley, I have no fear because God is by my side. Oh, right here. Now no one in this world can hold me down. No matter what I face, I'm going to stand my ground. Still on a bad day, I won't cry. Still on a bad day, I love God to the day I die. Still on a bad day, I won't lose my faith. I won't lose my faith. Still on a bad day, he knocked my enemies out of my way. Out of my way. My enemies are weak, God is strong. That's right. He is the reason that I move on. My enemies are weak, God is strong. Yeah. He is the reason that I move on. Tell him.
Check this out, folks. Check this out, folks.
Yeah. Check it out. Still on a bad day, I won't cry.
Hey, folks, y'all have a great day. I love you. I'm on my way to the courthouse, 8:48. That's right. And today is Friday, April the 26th. Y'all have a blessed day, folks.